What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GSN Sports Network podcast. I'm your host, as always, John J. II, and thank you for joining us today on a Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021. Got a big show ahead of us today. Really glad to have you guys with us. So if you guys don't know, the new name of the podcast, it was previously called the GSN Promotions, the official GSN Promotions podcast. It is now called the GSN Sports Network podcast, which surrounds the whole world of sports, which is what our podcast is always circulated around anyways. So just a little bit of a name change, same podcast, same RSS feed for those listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but we'll get right into it. Let's talk about the Ryder Cup coming on to us this Friday. We're really excited about it. A lot of good stuff coming. Team USA facing off against Team Europe at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin. So obviously a great course right on the coast of Lake Michigan. Really windy course, really, crazy conditions can be anticipated at this course. Really any outcome can happen. So we got to be ready and available for whatever happens coming up this Friday going into the weekend. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday match play competition that we got to look forward to. So we'll just kind of go through the rosters here a little bit. Steve Stricker is the captain for Team USA with vice captain Phil Mickelson and Freddie Couples. You got Colin Morikawa, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay, Daniel Berger, Harris English, Tony Finau, Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, and Jordan Spieth. So looks like they have 6 captain picks, and there were 6 automatic qualifiers for this tournament. Obviously, if you guys don't know about the Ryder Cup, it happens every 2 years. Really prominent tournament in the world of golf, match play. We don't see match play nearly enough, and I was having a conversation with Soboleski about this earlier in the week, just kind of talking about different things regarding the Ryder Cup and what it surrounds and what it brings to the world of golf. So really exciting tournament coming up. You look at Colin Morikawa. He finished his 2021 season with 2 PGA Tour wins, including the Open, which was his second major win after he captured the PGA Championship title in 2020. So he's coming off a hot streak, looking really good going into the Ryder Cup. Same with DJ. He also captured his second major title at the 2020 Masters tournament. At the end of last year, he was the reigning Tour Championship winner this year, and he finished 8th last weekend. So a lot of top 10 finishes for DJ, looking really good. DeChambeau, his first major win came at the 2020 U.S. Open. His finishes, he has 2 wins this year and 9 top 10 finishes. So Bryson's doing very good. Then you got Brooks Koepka too. He didn't walk away with any major wins this season, but the 4-time major winner finished the season with 1 win and 8 top 10 finishes, including getting runner-up at the PGA Championship behind the one and only Phil Mickelson, which is serving as a vice captain for this tournament. So let's just talk about the controversy that surrounded Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau really quick. Don't want to get too into it. We got a schedule we got to stay to. Got a couple guests that are going to be hopping on the show here in a little bit momentarily, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, the beef, and I did a gin and tonic video about this. Really kind of crazy controversy. There's been videos, there's been, clips of both Brooksy and Bryson talking to each other. They're strategizing. They're getting things figured out for this tournament. They're really excited to, get this going. I think they squashed the beef, even if it's just temporarily. They squashed it for the Ryder Cup. Obviously, they see this as a big opportunity to win for Team USA and put another tick on their belt buckles as far as their career goes and their resume is concerned. So they're looking forward to doing that, and they want to do that better. It's good to see that they kind of put that beef behind them and really are starting to move forward in their careers. So it's cool to see, and I hope they carry it into the weekend. So real quick, we have a statement from Sobolewski. He's unable to join us tonight, but I wanted to kind of give his perspective and kind of give his take, even if it's virtually, because he has a lot of good takes on this and a few surprising takes too that I kind of didn't anticipate, especially looking at the odds. We'll look at the odds here after this. So I wanted to see and I wanted to hear a statement from Sobolewski, just kind of talking about it and talking about the Ryder Cup, obviously a big tournament. If you call it a major, you can call it a major as far as match play is concerned. You got this. You got the Ryder Cup and the President's Cup, the two big major match play championships. And then you have individual matches, which are, kind of, for fun. You see, Bryson playing with Aaron Rodgers, or you see Tom Brady playing with Phil. That's a match play format, a little bit different, a little bit smaller scale, but the competition's still there. So let's get Sobolewski's predictions. He said, "My prediction is USA loses. Predicted 2 weeks ago, too much self-importance. I see a couple guys who keep us in it. JT and Spieth. Spieth may need to move in as a leader. Team has too much drama. Brooks and Bryson will be a negative discussion." That I don't know if I agree with after seeing the clips that I saw. And Europe will have great karma in grinders, Poulter, Westwood, Garcia, Fleetwood, etc. Lots of character players. Not a good vibe for a while. So you obviously got your players over there too, and we'll go into Europe's. I want to talk about Europe's roster too here momentarily. So they got Padraig Harrington as the captain, Paul Casey, Matt Fitzpatrick, Tyrell Hatton, Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy, Victor Hovland, the young guy, John Rahm, Lee Westwood, the veteran, Bernd Weisberger, Sergio Garcia, Shane Lowry, and Ian Poulter. Ian Poulter is a veteran in his own right. So we're looking forward to these guys really doing what they have to do to get the job done and make it happen going into this Ryder Cup. And it's going to be a clash. It's going to be a battle. So obviously the odds are kind of staggering too, noticing that Europe has taken the last few Ryder Cups under their belt. So USA comes in minus 200, the team as a whole. And obviously it's a team effort. You don't see golf played in a team setting too often. Usually it's an individual sport. Talking broadly, talking at the massive scheme of things. But we have to look at that this event is a team sport. So going on with Sobo's take, Rory and Casey too, I just think we aren't deep and lack the experience. This is about 3 days of winning matches with your partner. If the weather is windy, which I think it will, we probably will get in trouble early. Europe will have better two-man teams due to experience. We will probably play from behind, which isn't good. Need to jump out fast and hold the leads. Europe owns us. Maybe we come out loose with no pressure. Hope I'm wrong. Let's go USA. Answer the critics. Patrick Reed, as much as many don't like him, we needed him this weekend. We needed his fire. And we're obviously missing Patrick Reed in the USA lineup this weekend. So that's going to be a contender too. That's going to have a lot to do with the outcome that happens this weekend. Regardless of the allegations that he had that he was cheating and doing all this other stuff, he's going to be missed in this tournament. So you talk about the team chemistry. Talk about the team chemistry. Team Europe coming in plus 200 at Whistling Straits, not a European venue. This is a USA venue, Whistling Straits. But the thing is with Whistling Straits in Wisconsin is it gives people, especially the Europeans, a very good taste of links golf, which they're so much used to playing in Europe. You look at the British Open, for example, playing at St. Andrews, playing at some different, Scottish courses that have been around for hundreds of years since the inception of golf. Whistling Straits is very hilly. It's very windy, not too many trees, and you have some deep bunkers that you got to contend with and avoid at all costs. So we'll see what happens this weekend. I'll be releasing some picks going into the weekend. But I'm very excited to talk about that even more going into the weekend. So obviously big golf event, a major as far as match play is concerned in professional golf. And I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. You're going to watch it. You're going to tune in. It's going to be a big fanfare event. But just to look at some of the accolades, you got Xander Schauffele. He is the Olympic champion. Look at Patrick Cantlay. He's coming off a couple wins, consecutive wins, and he's feeling really good. He's playing well. Colin Morikawa's playing well. Brooks, he's right up there with Phil in the PGA Championship. Big stage, a lot to talk about. So, and then Tony Finau's coming off a win too. Daniel Berger's playing well. Harris English is doing good. And to see the beef get squashed between Bryson and Brooks is huge for the game of golf as a whole. But we need to see that carry into the weekend. And these captains are great too. You got Steve Stricker. I'll share my screen here real quick. Steve Stricker, the captain, obviously released multiple statements that we talked about in our Gin and Tonic videos. Then you got Freddie Couples, veteran. Jim Furyk, also a veteran. Zach Johnson, he's a player, but he's also a vice captain for this tournament. Davis Love III serving as a vice captain alongside Phil Mickelson. So going to be a crazy event. I love seeing the shots of the coaches. Just kind of, the cameras are panning. You see coaches talking or vice captains talking to the players, when they're teeing off. Gives me a little bit of reminiscence going back to high school golf for myself when I had my coach, tell me, what club do you think I should take here? What should I do? Obviously, you have your caddies walking with you, but you got to deal with and take the constructive criticism and take the pointers that you can get from your coaches and vice captains and captains. So it's going to be a great dynamic. It's going to be a coach-like setting, and it's going to be a team-like setting, which we don't see a whole lot in golf, like I already mentioned. So really excited to see all that stuff happen and go down. The betting obviously is going to be a completely different thing as far as, individual scores and individual, performances along with the team performances, which are also going to be huge. So let's see how that happens. Whistling Straits is a great venue. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. It's a great venue. And we're super excited to see it. But transitioning a little bit, let's transition now. Let's bring on a couple guys from the Gin team. Let's bring on Seth and Cody L. Massey. Really happy to have these guys with us. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, boys?
Going on, guys? First and foremost, I want to apologize for my video. I am getting ready for the 420 Golf Club, so I'm slammed. Not even home yet, still out working, so that's why I'm in the car and not on the whole show this week, guys. So first and foremost, apologize for that. And secondly, it's fuck the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles are going to upset them this week. That's not just me being a fan. Devonta Smith is going to have his first 100-yard plus touchdown game this week, guaranteed. He's fantasy sleeper of the week this week. He's not a sleeper. He should be in your starting lineup or bench at least, but he's my sneaky play of the week because he had a decently big week 1, low week 2, week 3 against the Cowboys. That secondary is pretty weak and beat up. He's going to have a big week this week.
So let's just touch on this real quick. So this is quite a treat. For those of you who haven't seen all three of us on the same screen, this is a treat. This is basically the core of the group right here. Cody L. Massey, Seth Conklin, and your host, John J. So, this is sweet. I guess let's hop into some NFL stuff. What did you see this past week, Cody, specifically? But, yeah, I got to attest to what Seth said. I'm good without the Dallas Cowboys. I did take them money line in a parlay, which I was very happy hit. But Cody, how are you feeling as far as the NFL has presented itself to you along with fantasy stuff?
It's still super early. We got 17 games for the first time ever this year. So that's just something to be excited about. One extra game of football, but it's early. I know the Eagles are probably not going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just going to say that right now.
They are.
I don't
Controversy.
know the Cowboys, but
watch Jalen Hurts, baby.
Tony Pollard is better than Zeke Elliott too. I'll throw that up there.
I love it, man. I love the rivalry, and I really, the thing is too, I'm not a big Eagles fan by any stretch of the word, but I do love Jalen Hurts. I just love him to death. And obviously doing what he did in college, going to Oklahoma, and then playing at Alabama too. He has a lot of accolades and he has a lot on his resume to really make him a good athlete and a great prospect for being very successful in the NFL. So I'm super excited to see what he's done. As far as fantasy goes, guys, how are our fantasy teams doing for the Gin Fantasy Football League? I know it's a little bit rough, especially in my camp. But how are you guys feeling?
I'm gonna go trades this week. I'm looking for trades. I'm in 6 leagues. Last year I was in 5. I made playoffs.
We're collectively owned 6, boys. So that's
not good.
I was in playoffs all 5 last year though, so that's no excuse. I'm confident this year in every one.
I just had a head-to-head dub over Seth in our other league, so I'll let that be known.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones combined for damn near 75 points, and just
when you go against the Lions, that's easy. First off,
oh my god,
they're gonna get scored on a lot this year.
What a terrible game! What a terrible game!
Well,
oh my god, I can't believe
it is because you guys have a brand new coach, and every Lions fan goes in with expectations that they're going to make the playoffs with a brand new coach, brand new team, like brand new quarterback, and you guys don't even use DeAndre Swift correctly. So it's
Jamal Williams from the Packers. He looks pretty good though. I liked the analogy. He said that the Packers were his ex-girlfriend, and the Lions picked him up, keeping him fed, giving him a home. That was pretty funny analogy.
If the Lions get 5 wins, that's great for Dan Campbell's first year. By year 3, he needs to be like the 8 to 10 win mark. Like that.
I heard some people saying that his headset isn't even hooked up to anything. He's just walking around like yelling down there. He's not actually like hearing any like analytical stuff. He's
just like Brady Hoke.
Drunk uncle that got
like Brady Hoke, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a building process, and I'm not going to call myself a Lions fan by any stretch of that word either. I did take them plus 11.5 just based on the first week performance from the Packers against the Saints, and Jameis Winston basically just wiped the floor with the entire Packers team, offense and defense. So, I mean, I kind of placed that bet predominantly and a little maybe preemptively, but I stand by it, and I'm never going to bet the Lions again. It's just simple as that. I don't care if they're plus 500. I told Cody that. I don't care if they're plus 500, 1,000. I'm not going to take them. It's a trap. So I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, I won 700 this week. I'm going to release some bets this week on Friday for everybody. I was plus 700. Me and my boy Evan, he'll be coming on the fantasy show with me. We're going to be doing free bets for a while. Then soon we're going to start selling them. He's made enough to make more than the average person does in a year in America and off fantasy and FanDuel and daily. He's on DraftKings or FanDuel doing daily fantasy every day, no matter what the sport is. So we got lineups coming soon. I was plus 700 this past weekend. This weekend, I'm going to try to go plus a couple grand, put a couple big parlays out, and I'll release them, and I'll post any bets we ever say we do or say we're backing. We put money on at least, whether it's $10 or whatever, too.
Exactly. That touches on the Bet with Gin page, which everyone remembers. The original Gin Promotions page on Instagram was Bet with Gin. That's now its own independent Instagram. We now have, just the Bet with Gin will just be bets that we are placing ourselves. We're putting real money, real hard-earned money on. So look forward to those coming soon too. And there'll be different things incorporated with the betting aspect of things too that Seth and I and Cody are going to work on, along with Evan too. So we're looking to build a lot of that stuff, and we're excited to see all that stuff. Let's see here.
I got an idea here. Oh wait, shout out to
here. I'll do this and I'll let you go, Cody.
Yeah.
So BetMGM paid that guy out $130,000 from that parlay. So that parlay, that's a crazy parlay. I mean, let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
He cashed out. He cashed out before the Lions game, which was very smart. And just so you guys know, he did that bet with a $25 free bet play. So it wasn't even his $25. So he turned $0 into $130,000.
Oh, nice.
Look at this. So $25 16-leg parlay. I did this in my watch party on Monday. Washington. I mean, you can just look at all the picks. I'm not going to read them all off, but just to pick all those games correctly, even having Dallas plus 135 to win on a field goal, the Tennessee game coming back to win, Arizona coming back to win.
I won 300
Rams over the Colts. That was a close game too.
I had it in a low money parlay. I won big money on Tennessee. I picked them beforehand. I knew they were beating Seattle. I knew Julio Jones was waking up.
I know it was a late recovery, but I had Tennessee too. I was happy they won that. But yeah, that was crazy, and at least he pulled out and made some coin off of that. I mean, that's a year's salary for a good paying job. So if you can take that out, and I don't know how old this guy was, but that's a good bet. Seth, I want you to plug the 420 Golf champion or the event coming up this weekend. Can you talk a little bit more to that for the viewers?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk for a quick minute, then I gotta hop off. I gotta get back in here. But it's 420 Golf Club. John and his partner are golfing in it. It's a big tournament. I know it's gonna be wet and rainy, but we're gonna be good Saturday. They're already predicting sun in the afternoon and all that. Total prizes for the whole event are over 15 grand. It's also a full cannabis event, medical cannabis event, 40 vendors. 5 to 8 food trucks. It's gonna be 8, but depending on how fast they sell out of food, I know we're gonna have 5 for at least the whole day. Inside's open, clubhouse is open. It's at Swartz Creek Golf Course. Next year, this is turning into a whole league like the PGA Tour. You're gonna get points throughout the year, and if you get invited to the championship or the championship couple weeks, it's gonna be a 10 grand prize to the winner next year. So we're doing big things with 420 Golf Club. Gin Promotions, Gin Sports Network is going to be doing live coverage next year for it all year. This year, we're going to be doing a small sample coverage of the event while John's golfing and getting some live coverage that way. But yeah, it's going to be a big event. All of our listeners can get in for free. I'll put a code up for free tickets online. You can get in. There's a big concert as well. 20-foot by 40-foot stage. DJs that are producing for Little Baby and everybody else are coming out. RMC Mike from Flint. He's one of the big underground guys right now. He's performing. It's gonna be really big. Expecting a couple thousand people. We're already at 1,000 pre-sale tickets, so we're gonna definitely be at least 2,000 people day of.
It's going to be a great event. I'm really excited for it, to be a part of it. To bring gin to that event is something that's crazy and big. And obviously having Seth on gives us a big in to do that. So we're really happy to do that and bring that to the 420 Golf Club in the 420 Golf Tour, which is soon coming in 2022. So super exciting stuff, guys. Really excited to see this
Before
take
you hop
off.
off, Seth, who's the best 2-0 team that was unexpected? We have the Arizona Cardinals, the Denver Broncos, or the Carolina Panthers?
Unexpected Panthers. They got a really good defense, but I kind of expected it.
The Cardinals are like the one that were on the line.
Yeah, I think Arizona Cardinals are underrated. Like people know they're good, but they're really underrated. You know what I mean? So DeAndre Hopkins just has suffered a rib injury though, so we're gonna see what that does to him for the next couple of weeks. They haven't really released too much information on it yet, but we're gonna see what that does. Yeah, so also fantasy tip of the week is get on Arizona Cardinals 3rd and 4th string wide receivers. I wouldn't spend too much of your fab money on them if you're in a league like that. But if you're in
AJ Green will have some resurgence on his new team.
Yeah, just a little bit. But all right, guys, I don't mean to be quick, but I'm out and about. Good, everybody, I'm signing off. We'll be more official. I'll be on weekly. You're gonna be seeing me every week. All right, guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your show.
All right, Seth. Thanks, brother. All right, Cody, we got a couple comments here. I'm going to leave you while I still got you with me. For the next couple minutes, I'm going to address some of these comments, and I'll let you go. Right? Yeah, we got a couple minutes here. So Austin Yanglin, what's your guys' feel on Jared Goff, Dan Campbell, and the Lions start so far? Garbage. While obviously disappointing, do we see a future? And then, we'll just address that one, then we'll get to the next one. But I'll let you answer that one first. How are you feeling about Jared Goff, Dan Campbell, and the Lions start?
Austin Yanglin. I think that's actually one of my friends, so he might be speaking to you. But so my opinion, my take, I thought I seen some good things from Jared Goff, but then he giveth and he taketh away, as my favorite sports talk host likes to say, Dan Patrick. But yeah, those fumbles, I know there was some weather in Lambeau, but that's just disheartening to see. And as much as I like Dan Campbell's go get him, let's take him down at the kneecap attitude, it's a little bit scary to think he's not hearing anything in his headset. I know that's speculation, but we'll see what happens. I think Jared Goff's just a bridge quarterback, and maybe we'll pick somebody up from college in the next couple of years and build from there. Yeah,
I think it was a bad start, or at least bad start of the year.
Sucks to lose Jeff Okudah for sure.
Yeah. So, my take is, obviously you had the weather, but you didn't see Aaron Rodgers have that kind of trouble. Obviously, he has the experience playing in Lambeau, but there's no excuse for Jared Goff. He has the same experiences playing when he played for the Rams. So is it a bad omen just playing for the Detroit Lions that, you're set off on a bad foot, you're getting the short end of the stick, whatever you want to put it. There's an uphill battle automatically being a Detroit Lion, being a part of that team and building it, whether you're Dan Campbell, whether you're Jared Goff, whether you're on the line, whether you're, Cephas out there catching passes.
See, this is
he was dropping the ball
pieces.
Too.
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally.
He almost had to reach back, but it bounced off that dude's helmet.
That would have been insane. I saw that.
But
I saw that.
We've already game 1, we had the almost comeback that was very Lion-esque, and then week 2 we had the dramatic unraveling. So we've already seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and buckle up because it's going to be more of the same.
Yep, gotta get ready and look for more of the same. We'll look at a couple more comments here from Austin. Panthers and Sam Darnold. The Jets are clearly a danger to themselves and why their quarterbacks fail. And then he has this one. Agreed. Love Dan Campbell's attitude, but overall look like just an old Lions. Look like the old Lions, but worse. At least Stafford gave us a chance at comebacks late in the game. Instead, we're going back to the Joey Harrington era of starting out great and petering out before the half. Yeah, so I mean, looking at the past, at least the recent past, Stafford is looking a lot better than Goff is so far. You got to give him a little bit more of a chance. I understand that, but it's not a hot start.
Yeah, Stafford's looking really good. That was a great game against the Colts, and just hate to see Carson Wentz get hurt again, sprained both of his ankles, and they gave you lots of close-ups of that man trying to fight through it and get back in the game, but 2 sprained ankles, that's tough to lead team.
Exactly.
I was judging him, but I don't know. Got to give him a break for having both ankles sprained.
I hear that. All right, we're going to switch gears now. Thanks again, Cody, for joining us, brother. I'll be in touch with you, man. Cody Almasi, everybody. Gin College Analytics on Instagram and Gin Analytics on Twitter. Make sure to give him a follow and check him out on the social media waves. Thanks again, Cody. We'll see you, brother.
See you, John.
All right, guys. So this brings us to the next section of the podcast, and we're happy to bring you multiple segments for the Gin Sports Network podcast. Don't usually get this kind of a treat for the Gin Sports Network podcast, but today we do, and we're looking to get this kind of deal going forward. So now I want to introduce the one, the only Team Yonan. Team Yonan. How we doing, Jeremy?
Everybody?
What's going on, brother? How we doing?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing great. So let's talk about the streaming game. I've seen you battling it out. I've seen you really doing a lot of work as far as putting in.
I don't know what happened. Just kind of froze up on me.
Oh, yeah. My fault. That's a problem on my end. So, yeah, basically what I was saying, can you speak some more to the entire streaming thing? I see you doing Madden 22. I've heard talks of, Madden tournaments coming soon. The Warzone is still active. How has streaming been, and what have you learned and achieved since we talked last?
Yeah, shoot. When was the last time we talked? It was a couple months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a few months back.
Yeah, so I've kind of switched up and playing a lot of Madden. So, lately, it's the Madden season is upon us, football season. So, haven't been doing too much of the Call of Duty streams lately, but been definitely getting into the Madden. Looking at potentially putting on like some kind of tournament or a franchise league if we can get enough people involved. I've never done it before, so it'd be the first one we'd put on. And then hopefully if, that goes well the first time around, you could start actually treating that like a fantasy league in itself, and you could do some money on it and different stuff like that. So, but yeah, as far as that's what's in the works right now is the streaming. Mostly I play Mutt Squads, which is the fantasy Madden where you basically build your team, pick your players you want from the past or the current players. So that's about it so far.
Dang, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, so I hear about the Madden 22 tournaments. I see people doing them all over the place. If we could get this going, especially with Gin Gaming, I think that could really be a Kickstarter for getting more people involved, both in the gaming aspect and the viewership aspect. So I really want to blow that up. I want to work with you as far as getting that off the ground. And maybe Seth can help us out too. He's already expressed interest in that type of thing, and he has a lot of buddies too that I guess play Madden 22 as well that he would be willing to relay the information to. So that's something I really want to get going. But yeah, I guess how is the experience with streaming itself? Regardless of what game you're playing, how has that changed, and how has the landscape of streaming changed for you over the past couple months?
I'd say over the past couple months, it's been kind of like riding the wave. I'm in the low point of the wave, so It's been, streaming is kind of, it's not easy per se. A lot of hours put in, a lot of commitment. Lately I've been busy with other stuff going on, so haven't been able to stream as much as I, used to. Still try to stream as much as possible, but the overall experience, the enjoyment is still there. Enjoy doing what I do. But yeah, it's definitely a grind. So still, just trying to stay with it and learn as much as I can. I'm still trying to figure out all the technical, computer side of things. I'm not very tech savvy, so that's one of the hardest parts. And then just utilizing other platforms, like YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that to get the channel out there and get it the stream going. So definitely been a grind.
That's good, man. Good for you. So have you figured out a way, or maybe I can do some research on this for you, of being able to stream kind of similar to StreamYard, the platform I'm using right now? Like right now I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Is there anything similar to that for game streamers that you know of?
Yeah, so I use Streamlabs OBS, and I paid for the Streamlabs Prime, so that does have the feature in there to where you can multi-stream. I just haven't taken the time out to utilize that function yet. That's one of the things I should look into, because I believe I'll be able to stream to Twitch and Facebook and YouTube at the same time. But yeah, I pay for it. I just haven't looked into it just yet. So.
Well, get in touch with me after this stream or sometime the rest of this week, and I can help you set that up, because I want nothing more than to see you and your stream grow. I mean, you're our sole streamer right now for Gin Gaming. I want you to propel yourself into the form that you are really, reaping the benefits, and it's tough, especially early on with anything. You're building an empire essentially from the ground up. You have very minimal tools. You have what you have, but you got to utilize the tools that you have to really propel yourself into, the stature that you want to reach. So let me know when we can work on that. I'm really excited. I guess, what platforms are you searching out other than Facebook? Because I do like the Facebook platform for gaming. It's really revolutionized itself and has become a big competitor, similar to YouTube, but to Twitch, because Twitch has always been the major, game streaming platform for gamers and for viewers. I guess, what other platforms would you be searching out to broadcast your stream on?
As far as multi, I'd probably stick with just Facebook and Twitch, I would say, as far as doing multi-stream. Like currently I'm utilizing TikTok and YouTube to post clips that I went through and finished. I just got to get, more into that, more dedicated at, posting content other than just streaming. But yeah, if I were to stream, it'd probably be Twitch and Facebook.
Okay,
sure.
I gotcha. We got a comment here from Travis Kagi on PC or console. I think he's referring to the Madden 22 tournament. I believe that's on console, right?
That's on console, and I'm not sure with that. I don't believe it's cross-platform for Madden 22 like the other games. So currently I play, the Madden 22 on console, so Xbox. But I don't know if PlayStation and Xbox. I don't believe it's cross-platform at this time. So
yeah,
so that would be an Xbox thing.
Yep, just sounds like just an Xbox thing. I'm sure that you can have your own tournaments and things like that, but it's probably strictly limited to the platform, because, like you said, it's not cross-platform like like your Apex Legends, like your Rocket League, right? Like Fortnite, Modern Warfare, things like that. So I think that is the case. I'll have to do some more research myself on that, but yeah. I guess, Yonan, you got anything else you want to promote as far as your stream, what you got coming up other than the Madden 22 tournament? What is in your sights as far as your near future is concerned for streaming?
Well, like you were saying, doing the multi-stream, that's something I'm going to be working on. But as far as that goes, I'm just going to continue to grind, continue to, to promote my YouTube channel, my TikTok account, and, stuff like that, and get that going. Definitely going to be working on, hopefully in the future, you'll see some more revised clips. So that way you don't have to sit through a 2-3 hour stream looking through it, to find the highlight plays and stuff like that. So But as far as streaming goes, I'll be sticking with Madden from here on out, at least for the football season, for the majority of my streams, and then we'll go from there. See what other new games drop, maybe a Halo or a Battlefield or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen the Battlefield 2042. That's coming out. They should be coming out with a new BR along with that. That's supposed to really give Warzone a run for their money as far as the Battle Royale landscape is concerned. And then you got other games too that are bringing themselves to the forefront. So I'm super excited that. Yeah, I've heard new Halo is coming out too. So that's gonna be crazy. I tell you what would be crazy is a Halo BR. I mean, I don't know if it's got to be doable. With all the BRs running around all over the place, I think that could be a serious moneymaker for 343. But,
yeah, I think Halo BR would take over, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially as far as like the fantasy type BRs are concerned, probably like going back to H1Z1, going back to, Fortnite, which is still around, but not nearly as relevant as it was, 2-3 years ago. I think that could really revolutionize the BR landscape. But we'll see what they do. I mean, it's in their best interest, no matter what, first person shooter industry you're talking about, to develop a BR that's going to gain a lot of followers, gain a lot of players, and gain a lot of attention, because then you can release skins, you can release a lot of different things as far as, money makers for the platforms. It only makes sense if you're a game developer to make a BR embedded within your first person shooter game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as the Madden tournament is going so far, I mean, I'm sure there's multiple ways we could do it. I reached out to, you said that was Seth, right? That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I reached out to Seth today, actually, so he hasn't got back to me, but definitely that'd be something to get in the works there. Like I said, there's probably multiple ways to do it. You could just, right now, what I'm trying to set up is a franchise league to where you can actually pick, you could actually fill up all 32 teams if you have that amount of people that are interested in playing. Currently, we have 5 that I've got into it right now. I don't plan on setting up until we have, at least a decent amount, because then you'd be playing against computers and whatnot. But that's doing it through the franchise league, like type of tournament. I'm sure you could always do, just pick your team and then play a tournament that way. But as far as franchise goes, you can do a fantasy draft, which is pretty cool. So that's why I wanted to try that route with the tournament, because you can actually have, 32 teams, everybody in a draft, and they draft their players. And then you're stuck with the playbook that you have, but then you have, you picked all players that you wanted. So
yeah,
which I think would be pretty sweet.
That sounds awesome. For anybody watching right now or listening to the podcast later on or watching this stream later on, get in touch with me if you have any interest in the Madden 22 tournament that Team Yonan is setting up, and I can get you guys in touch with the right people to get that going. That sounds really fun. I mean, that's something that I would definitely be interested in. I'll have to pick up a copy of Madden 22 before I can even do it. But that's something I'm interested in myself. So, and I'm not even a big Madden guy personally. I like 2K. I'll play 2K, but I'm really a big FIFA guy. That's my sport game, my EA game that I really go to directly. So get in touch with me and I'll get you guys in touch with the right people. Got a comment from Katie, go Team Yonan. Yonan's got quite the fan base out there, even people he knows, people he doesn't know. People have even came to me and, they're telling me, oh, tell me about this Team Yonan guy. I've seen his stream a couple times and, you're reaching people. So I just want to ensure you, I want to tell you, keep doing what you're doing because you're doing something right. It's just all about the grind. And he's got the merchandise, got the shirts there. So give this guy some love. Go to his page, Team Yonan, on Facebook and find his gamer profile and give him a follow. Check out his stream. Give him some comments. Send him some stars. Do whatever you got to do. Show this guy some love for both Team Yonan and Jin Gaming. Really trying to blow this up. So, well, Yonan, hey, thanks for joining us today on the stream. Do you got anything else you want to plug before we sign off today?
Man, that's it. Like I said, I got the tournament coming up. Going to continue to stream. I'm about to stream right after this. I'll be going live, probably playing some MUT squads. But yeah, other than that, working on the tournament. Hopefully we can get that going. It might be a slow process, but I think once you get enough people interested and get it rolling, I think it's something that can continue on. other than that, I'll be out here grinding and streaming as much as I can. So make sure to hit the follow on the YouTube or the TikTok and for some clips, and then hopefully I'll get with you on that multi-stream, and we'll get that rolling. So
definitely. Yeah, guys, show Team Yonan some love and show the entire stream some love, both this one and his. Like he said, he's going to be going live here shortly, so I'll send that link. I'll be promoting that out on the Gin Pros Facebook page, so make sure to check that out. But we'll leave it at that, guys. Stay tuned for everything coming up. The 420 Golf Tour, 420 Golf, event coming up this weekend. Everything revolving around the Gin Sports Network, all the Instagram posts, Twitter posts, things like that. The Ryder Cup is coming up. Look forward to betting picks and things like that coming out. But I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Gin Sports Network podcast. I'm your host, as always, John J. II. Have a great night.